This is why the Prophet Muhammad, upon whom be peace, said, whoever harms a non-Muslim under our protection harms the Prophet himself. So when he was fighting in the battle of Hunayn, the thousands of arrows were coming and his companions had to inevitably almost retreat. He still marched forward and he said, I am the messenger of Allah and I am not a liar. Look at the bravery. Does this befit the profile of a liar? Does this fit the profile of Allah? No, it doesn't. We're all intelligent in our own unique way. We all adopt a sense of common sense. We will never cross the road blindfolded. We know there are four options. He was either lying, he was deluded or crazy, he was both lying or deluded, or he was speaking the truth. These are the logical options, and let's work together as thinking human beings to see who Muhammad was. Was he a liar or was he speaking the truth? The first option, he was a liar. I'm going to argue to claim Muhammad, upon whom be peace, a liar is equivalent of claiming that no one on earth has ever spoken the truth. No one. Because the psychological profile of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam does not fit the profile of a liar. Why? Because he was tortured, he was boycotted, he was so hungry he tied 2 rocks, 2 stones to his stomach. He saw his beloved companions being murdered and tortured. He was boycotted from his beloved city. He was harmed so much that people used to step on his neck and almost break his neck. He was stoned by the people he loved, children, and he loved children so much. He was a mercy to children, but he was stoned by children for hours because he went to a town in Arabia just to call them to what? The belief in the one true God, in the belief in La ilaha illallah. There is no deity worthy of worship except the deity, Al-Ilah, Allah, which means the deity. This was his message, but he was starving. There was no smoke coming from the house of his wife for 6 months. So we see the calamity, the chaos, all for a simple, profound message. Also, he was offered riches and power and money and women and glory and status, but he rejected all of that just for a simple, profound message that is so intuitive to all of us. La ilaha illallah, which means there is no object worthy of worship but the deity himself. That was the reality. But also even more profound, we know the Prophet Muhammad, upon whom be peace, he was a statesman. And there were battles, and these battles were to defend the Muslims and the non-Muslims. Because under the Medinan state, we had to protect everybody within that state, even the non-Muslims. This is why the Prophet Muhammad, upon whom be peace, said, whoever harms a non-Muslim under our protection harms the Prophet himself. So when he was fighting in the battle of Hunayn, the thousands of arrows were coming and his companions had to inevitably almost retreat. He still marched forward and he said, I am the messenger of Allah and I am not a liar. Look at the bravery. Does this befit the profile of a liar? Does this fit the profile of Allah? No, it doesn't. And this is why, if this is true, then we could never claim he's a liar. To claim Muhammad a liar, upon him be peace, is to claim no one has ever spoken the truth. Because no one has done all of this just for a simple, profound message.